games, Brains are Banging Life here. Carl and Damon doing a socially distant flashback yet again. We're still in the same situation, needing the content, so we're doing it this way. I'm in my place, you're in your place, and we're going to be talking this time about a classic. My favourite Sonic the Hedgehog game still to date. Yours?
Well, yeah, it's easily. Everyone always says it's the best one, so.
It is. Not even separating it from the 2D to the 3D one. So to me, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is the best version of Sonic you'll ever play. As great as Sonic 1 is, as good as later ones can be, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's just, to me, was perfected. So obviously, it is a platform game developed and published by Sega for the Genesis or the Mega Drive. Released worldwide 1992, November 1992. The second entry in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, it introduces Sonic's sidekick, Miles Tails per Hour, who could be controlled by a second player. And my God, was that AI rubbish?
Just a bit, yeah.
The story is very simple. Sonic and Tails must stop the series antagonist, Dr. Robotnik or Eggman, from stealing the Chaos Emeralds to power his space station, the Death Egg. This was incredibly successful, sold over 6 million copies, making it the second best-selling Genesis game behind what? What is the best? See if you can tell me, what is the best-selling Genesis Mega Drive game? So Sonic 2's the second best.
I'm going to go for the obvious Sonic 1.
Yes, exactly right. Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 are the first and second best-selling Genesis games.
I'm not surprised.
And of course, it's cited as one of the greatest video games of all time. It has been re-released on everything, including my personal favorite version, which is a remastered version developed for iOS and Android on mobile in December 2013. And of course, we got sequels, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, direct sequels released in 1994. So, likes, dislikes, favorite moments, scenes, bits of music. So I will kick us off, and you obviously chime in with your own likes. So one of the things I love about Sonic 2 is feels like a step forward from Sonic 1. Well, not massively different. The small changes made the difference. Like, one of the things you forget until you go back and play it. Sonic 1 did not have a spin dash. Sonic 2 introduced a spin dash. Something that you can't imagine Sonic being without wasn't in the original Sonic. It was introduced in Sonic 2.
Yeah, actually, I'm playing actually at the moment, actually, but on my phone actually. But the first and the second one, and yeah, I mean, missing the spin dash is amazing. Actually, how much you miss it. When obviously when you play the first one, you get used to it. But when you play the second one, it's like I can't ever imagine not having that. Exactly,
it seems odd that they were like, oh, when they were doing Sonic 2, this is what we'll do. So massive step up in that. I love Sonic 2 also has some of my favorite level designs. And has some of my favorite levels overall. Now, I'm not going to name any of them because they're more my favorite moments at the end. But man, oh man, like, while a lot of it's similar things, I will say Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1 is more iconic than Emerald Hill Zone, the opening level of Sonic 2. Later Sonic 2 levels are so fucking cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my first like will probably be, it'll be Casino Night.
Casino Night, yeah.
The whole 3 levels are just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I love the fact that you can play like the roulette machines and the jackpot machines, and it's just a very cool add to the game. So already great game.
It nails that casino style visually, and with the can you remember the music? Yeah, brilliant. Right. One of my criticisms of Sonic 1, and one of the reasons why Sonic 1 has never been a 10 out of 10 game for me, whereas Sonic 2 is I don't like the final boss of Sonic 1. Do you remember what it is, right? In Sonic 1.
Let me think.
You can't. So Robotnik gets in a machine, and basically they're 4 like pillars that up and down, and you have to find the space and then hit the side of it when it comes down.
Yeah.
It was a bit crap. Whereas Sonic 2's end boss takes place, obviously, in space on the Death Egg, and it is Robotnik in a giant robot version of himself.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cool end boss. I love the end boss of Sonic 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that obviously they obviously experimented, and obviously he obviously got more advanced than he as he went along. I mean, because it's the first one, so he's probably like learned more about Sonic. I'm guessing if I'm thinking about it game wise, or
yeah, because obviously there's a sub boss before that, which is Metal Sonic.
Yeah, Metal Sonic,
which isn't such a great boss. But I also feel like the development team they learned and went, okay, we're going to go big, like a sequel should go bigger and bolder.
Go bigger, yeah. I suppose my second matter is the fact that it is a multiplayer mode.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, there's only 4 levels, but you know, you can do the one where you got collect all the rings. There's the one where you can do like battle each other. It's like first to the end.
The races, yeah.
You know, races, which it's a nice little add to the game, though.
It's a nice ad, but I'm not going to say much about it because it's on my dislikes, and I'll explain why. Sonic 2 introduced Super Sonic. I remember when I was younger and trying to get to be Super Sonic was so fucking cool, even though you couldn't control him for shit. And on certain levels, like Wing Fortress Zone, becoming Super Sonic was hazardous to your health, you know? But the introduction of Super Sonic was cool as hell.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my third one too. Actually, it's going to be Super Sonic. You know, I mean, the joys of getting him, but like you said, it was practically impossible to control.
Oh, but just zooming everywhere.
But it was a nice little ad, you know, a nice little ad in the game, and
it was cool. It was cool. And my last and this is specifically about the mobile port. Now, other people who've watched anything when I talk about Sonic 2 will know how much I praise the mobile port. Now, I'm not saying it's the best way to play Sonic because obviously the controls on the screen are always going to lack the finer detail of an actual controller. However, Sonic 2's port is not only gorgeous and really well done, the remastering, it did something that I absolutely adore. When I played it about 2 years ago, I found out and discovered that I was about to play a brand new level in Sonic 2. Now, do you know the story about Hidden Palace Zone?
No.
So, Hidden Palace Zone was a zone that was supposed to be included in Sonic 2. It was supposed to be an extra zone in Sonic 2. In fact, there are magazine screenshots of the period during the development that showed images from Hidden Palace Zone. But it was never in the final game because Sonic 2, unbelievably, was rushed. So they cut content out. However, smart gamers discovered it in the debug mode. Were able to debug the game and find a broken, messed up Hidden Palace Zone that barely worked and was a complete. You can find the videos out on YouTube. In fact, I might add a bit of the clip here of what Hidden Palace Zone looked like.
Okay,
when it was remastered by the guy who remastered Sonic 1 and then did Sonic 2, he put Hidden Palace Zone back in. He put it back in. So Hidden Palace Zone is actually in Sonic 2 now on the mobile. So when you get to it, you'll play a zone you've never played before. Which is, I think, fantastic.
Well, considering I started playing the game, I can't remember my age I started playing Sonic, and the fact that it added a new level, and I'm 32 now, and I started playing Sonic when I was, I don't know, must have been 10, 11.
Yeah,
so it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, dislikes. You got any? Or, do you have any more likes?
No, I see the likes.
Right, dislikes then. Let's start with an obvious one. Tails. Now, it's not a dislike of the character. The character's fine. However, the AI was wank. We all know this. Tails just dies. That's what he's there for. He just dies. I can live with that because he doesn't interrupt the game except for one part where he becomes a problem, which is in the bonus stages for the Emeralds, where you need to jump quick, and Tails is always a step behind you. So that fucker has picked up any rings, he will always lose them.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because you got to make sure that you jump like literally about 2 seconds before, because he's always about 2 seconds behind you.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So there's no quick jumps involved because Tails does not react quick enough to it. So you end up desperately trying to make sure you always stay in front of him so he can't get any rings. So if he does get hit, well, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's it. I mean, regards to dislikes, I can't actually really think of any dislikes at the top of my head. I mean, it's such a classic game, and it's hard to. I mean, if I really wanted to be picky, you could just really say things like, I mean, the water levels.
Of course.
You know, the breathing of the water was always a pain in any Sonic game.
Is there any more? Is there any more sound that there is any more anxious sound in your time world than that? What the fuck's the bubbles?
I think
I got one more dislike. Then I'll do mine.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything else. I mean, because it's such a classic game, and there's hardly any dislikes really. I mean,
oh, I agree 100%. But my other one is actually the multiplayer, and it's just not very good. The races and stuff like that. Although it's a nice add-on, when I play it, it's just not very good. I don't particularly care for it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much they could really do for a multiplayer game, really, with Sonic. I don't really think what else could they really do, really?
It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. Simple as that. Favorite moments, scenes, bits of music. Right, I've already mentioned one, which was finally getting to play Hidden Palace Zone. But I'm going to talk about Wing Fortress Zone. Now, this level, do you remember what specific level it is? This is the Wing Fortress in the sky, and you're on the side of it, and you've got to make your way through it. Very hard level, very tricky jumps where almost every jump will lead to your death because obviously it's in the sky. However, the music of that level. I love that bombastic music there. Dun, 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 dun. I find it so epically cool and so like, wow, Sonic the Hedgehog is really bigger than you first thought. Very, I love that level.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what probably biggest moments is going to be the casino level, because it's just I love that level. It's colourful, it's clever. I mean, but music-wise, you've got to go for me. It's got to be the classic. The classic of the music from the first zone, even from the first one to the second one. The classic of the first area. It's just a classic Sonic music. Whenever you hear it, it just brings you back to when you were a kid.
I agree. In fact, I think that applies to most of the zones as well. When I think back to the first game, although this isn't a flashback to the first game, we've already done it. You got like Starlight Zone. But in the second one, you've got what's called Casino Zone, the Casino Zone, Emerald Hill. All these quite, I agree. And that's it. That's all I've got, really. I've got nothing else really to add, It's Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the best Sonic game ever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pinball sounds good one. I like the pinball game too.
We will get the Sonic Spinball eventually. That's not for now. There you go. There's a flashback for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on GBHBL.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?